We all have expenses, right? Bills we've got to pay month in, month out. But what if? What if every single one of those payments, the ones you can't avoid, was actually a secret step towards a business class flight? Well, today, we're going to break down exactly how to build what's called the Avios Machine. Just think about that for a second. Your regular spending, the money you have to spend anyway. What if it wasn't just a cost disappearing from your bank account? What if it was an investment in your next incredible getaway? It honestly sounds a little too good to be true, but it's really all about just playing the game a little smarter. So the very first step, and honestly the most important one, is all in your head. It's a mental shift. See, we're all trained to hunt for those little cash discounts, right? But the real value, the big win, is in playing the long game. This is all about retraining your brain to see points, specifically Avios, as a way more valuable currency than a few quid saved today. And this really lays it all out, doesn't it? On one hand, you've got that instant gratification, a tenner off. It feels good for a second, but then, poof, it's gone. But on the other hand, you have the long-term prize, a pile of points that are the building blocks for an experience that could be worth thousands. The Avios Machine is all about consistently, deliberately choosing that path on the right. Okay, so once you've got that mindset locked in, let's get practical. Where do all these points actually come from? Well, for a lot of us, the biggest, most untapped gold mine is sitting right under our noses, our business and personal overheads. You know, all those mandatory costs of just living and working. Now, the secret weapon here, the core tactic that makes this whole thing go into overdrive, is something called the double dip. It's brilliant, really. You're not just earning points once, you are strategically stacking rewards on a single purchase. You earn from the retailer's loyalty program, and you earn again from the credit card you use to pay. It's a 2-for-1. Let's make this real. Say your business spends money on Google Ads. That's just a necessary cost of doing business, right? Well, by simply changing how you pay for it, using a rewards card like the British Airways Amex, you're now adding a second benefit. So for every single pound you spend growing your business, you're also earning 1.5 Avios towards your next holiday. You've just turned a pure cost into a dual-purpose investment. And it doesn't stop there. Think about it. All your fixed costs, your business insurance, your team's Uber rides, you can link those accounts. Hotel stays with partners like Hilton, where you can double dip on their points, too. And even your personal stuff, like car and pet insurance. Every single one of them is a points-earning opportunity. All right, so you've been collecting all these points. Now for the really fun part, booking the actual trip. Let's frame this like a holiday heist, where the goal isn't just to go on holiday, but to earn even more points while you do it, getting the absolute maximum value. So here's the plan. Step 1, the flight. Pay those taxes with your Amex. That's an easy double dip. Step 2, the hotel. Now this is where the magic happens. You go through the Avios portal to a site like booking.com, and suddenly you can hit these massive 10x point multipliers. Then you stack on the car rental, the airport parking, which can have even crazier multipliers, and even the little things like your Uber to the airport. Every single stage is another chance to earn.
Okay, so after all that strategic clicking and planning, what does it actually get you? Let's do the math and see what the payload from our little heist really looks like.
Let's just use a nice round number. Imagine the total cash cost of your holiday is £5,000. This is money you were going to spend anyway, right? Okay, now look at this. This is how that $5,000 spend turns into a mountain of points. You get a nice solid base from the Amex spend itself, sure, but look at that hotel multiplier. That's the hero right there, delivering a huge chunk of the total. Then the car and parking just add another sweet bonus on top. You can see it's not one single thing, it's the combination that creates this huge return. And the grand total from that one holiday booking, a massive 30,000 Avios, just for booking a trip you were already taking, but doing it the smart way. So what does 30,000 Avios actually mean in the real world? Well, it's not just some random number. It's a huge step, nearly 15% of the way to a long-haul business class ticket, all from one single trip. Now that is the power of the Avios Machine. Okay, now before you get totally carried away with all this, we have to talk about the golden rule. The one single, most important, non-negotiable part of this entire system that makes everything else work. Please listen closely to this part. The number one enemy, the absolute villain of this entire story, is credit card interest. Any interest you pay will immediately start to eat away at and eventually completely wipe out the value of all the rewards you've worked so hard to collect. So here it is.
The most critical piece of advice. And look, this isn't financial advice, but the entire strategy relies on one fundamental principle. The Avios machine only works if you clear your credit card balance in full. Every single month. No exceptions. Think of this as a cash flow tool, never, ever a debt tool.
And that really brings us to the end. I want to leave you with this one thought. The next time you go to pay a bill or approve an expense, just ask yourself this question. Is this just an overhead, or could it be an upgrade? The choice is all yours.